Before I show the video, you're going to see a synagogue there that's made out of limestone. It's white. You'll see the rest of the buildings around it, and even the foundations of that synagogue are going to be black. It's basalt stone. It's volcanic stone. And so in Jesus' day, that village was primarily constructed out of this black volcanic rock. We'll see the same thing up in a place called Chorazin. We'll show you video of that synagogue next week. Okay, but the synagogue that was built on top of the actual synagogue of Jesus was made out of white limestone. Okay, so what you see is probably about a 4th century AD synagogue, but just know it was built on top of the foundations of the synagogue that Jesus was in. And I'm going to show you a little pan movement in here where you can still see the actual foundation of the synagogue that Jesus taught in, and we'll see him exorcising this demon, right? And we'll see him doing a lot of things in this synagogue at Capernaum, all right? So having said all that, we're going to close out tonight with another video. Okay, so here is the front of the synagogue at Capernaum. Now, if you look down there at the base, you can see that basalt stone that I'm talking about. Yeah. Now we're going to pan, and you can see it. And this, again, is the front of what's left of that 4th century synagogue, and you can see how close the ancient homes were. This is the inside or the interior of what is left of that synagogue at Capernaum. You can see the beautiful columns there. We're going to pan over here to show you the actual benches where people would have sat. So be glad you've got a cushion on your chair tonight. Yeah, because how would you like to sit on that for several hours? Yeah, but those are the benches. Yep. So they were lined around the center or the edges, and then whoever was teaching would have been standing at basically a pulpit or a teaching desk out in the center.
What sort of things are carved into the capitals?
Those are Corinthian columns. And they've got various leaf patterns in them and flower patterns. Yeah, you wouldn't have any images because.
Well, no, because that's what
right.
I was wondering.
Yep. You know. Some synagogues they would have geometric designs as well.
Okay.
So then what we're going to do is we're going to pan over, because we'll see next week after Jesus casts the demon out, he walks from the synagogue, he crosses through the village, and he comes over to Peter's house. And this is, best we can tell, where Peter's house was. There's a church standing over it. And you'll see some people down here, and you're wondering, what are they doing under that church? And underneath that church is this. This is the remains of a 1st century house that was turned into a church at a very early stage. So early believers met here. There's also some graffiti that's there, Christian graffiti. And this is very, very likely where Peter lived and where Jesus lived. Jesus probably lived with Peter. Peter's mother-in-law is about to get healed here.